was Ethan's birthday, and his father gave him a gift. When Ethan ripped it open, his mouth fell open. "No way!" he shouted, jumping with joy. It was Nike Air Jordan shoes. The very next morning, he laced up his prized shoes for his basketball practice. For Ethan, it wasn't just about the game. It was a chance to show off. His friends were all impressed, but one of his friends, Jake, remarked, "Nice shoes. You know they got air inside, right? How do they manage to do that?" That was a great question. Yeah, he wondered. Is there real science behind it? Or is it just a gimmick? After the game, he grabbed his tablet and delved into a digital maze of articles and videos uncovering the secrets of Air Jordan shoes. Now, is it really possible to make a sneaker that costs hundreds of dollars out of recycled trash? Well, Nike made a big splash when they launched their running line with the revolutionary Nike Air. Nike and Tetra Plastics' partnership was nothing short of magical. Tetra Plastics brought their blow molding and Visy tubing technique to the table, which helped Nike to make the hollow parts inside the Air units that gave the shoes an additional boost. In 1991, Nike completed the acquisition of Tetra Plastics, solidifying their long-term collaboration. Then in 2017, the whole operation was rebranded as the Air Manufacturing Innovation HQ, and the rest, as they say, is history. Guess who's behind Nike Air technology? Marion Frank Rudy, a former aerospace engineer at NASA. Yeah, he's the mastermind who brought space-age technology down to Earth and incorporated it into your sneakers. Pretty interesting, right? But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you can stay in the loop. Phil Knight, a driven business student, and Bill Bowerman, a dedicated track coach, started a small business together called Blue Ribbon Sports in 1964. Phil Knight invested $50,000 for some sample pairs, and guess what? In the first year alone, he made a revenue of an incredible $800 million. In 1971, that vision was given a name based on the Greek goddess of victory, Nike. She carried a spirit of conquest and victory with her wings. In 1979, Marion Frank Rudy created Nike Air, revolutionary cushioning technology that added air pockets to the sole to provide sportsmen with a level of comfort they had never experienced before. Nike changed what it meant to run, jump, and move with their unique floating sensation, which made every step feel like walking on air. Nike redefined its brand with daring advertising campaigns, and in 1988, Nike introduced the revolutionary tagline, "Just do it." But what made this simple phrase so powerful? It wasn't just a catchy phrase, it inspired millions of people across the world. Just do it evolved into a call to action, inspiring people to go beyond their comfort zones, face challenges head on, and take courageous actions. What about its manufacturing units? Are they all within the US? Absolutely not. The majority of Nike's manufacturing is done outside of the US. The main manufacturers are China, Vietnam, Indonesia, and Thailand. And let's not forget, Nike is the largest retailer of footwear and sports apparel. Pretty impressive, right? Even though Nike produces its products all over the world, its influence is undeniable, particularly when considering how its collaboration with basketball great Michael Jordan changed the course of history. After its launch, the Air Jordan brand immediately rose to fame. Air Jordan sneakers have grown to be a sought-after symbol among fans and fashionistas everywhere, not just among athletes. Nike's leadership in the footwear market was cemented with this legendary lineup, which took the company to new heights. Let's now visit the factory that makes Nike Air Jordan shoes. Design and development is the first stage in the creation of a new Air Jordan, where art and science collide. At the start of the journey, A group of creative designers gathers around a table, throwing ideas at each other like fire. Inspiration comes from Jordan's legendary career moments, modern pop culture trends, and even glimpses of cutting-edge technology. The real labor begins when the preliminary sketches turn into intricate 3D models. Engineers intervene to push each idea to its utmost. Will it allow for lightning-fast cuts, gravity-defying jumps, and rock-solid landings? Can it do all of that and still be comfortable enough to wear off the court? The team also analyzes novel materials, such as the most advanced foam and ultralight synthetics, to keep each design ahead of the curve. Once the concept has been confirmed, prototypes are made, but they're not just for display. As machines carefully mimic the most outrageous basketball movements, real athletes take to the court to test these sneakers. The goal is to create a shoe that is both stylish and functional, the perfect balance of swagger and substance. The second step, material sourcing, is where the concept begins to take shape. It's time to gather the ideal ingredients now that the design is finalized. We're talking about premium materials that have been carefully selected to make Air Jordans come to life. These classic shoes are the ideal fusion of high-end leather, rubber, foam, and synthetic materials, all of which were selected for a particular function. The leather is carefully examined after being purchased from reliable vendors. Any flaws, such as blemishes or scars? Not a chance. While the foam offers the distinctive cushioning that really puts the air in Air Jordans, synthetic textiles are used for their breathability and durability. Not to be overlooked are the rubber soles, which are made to have great traction so you can stay firm whether you're hitting the court or negotiating slippery streets. But why so many materials? Well, it's all about achieving the ideal balance between comfort, style, and durability. The magic starts when the components are cut and ready on the factory floor. Here, sheets of rubber, leather, and fabric are put into precision machinery that cuts them into perfect forms, much like the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle that are just waiting to fit together. Every cut must be perfect, so there's no space for mistakes in this puzzle. Once the parts are cut, preparation work begins. The leather is treated to give it a smooth, polished look in longevity, while the fabric parts are strengthened to endure all the twists and turns. To ensure optimal traction, the rubber soles are molded into their final shape, complete with grooves. Additionally, every piece must pass a thorough examination to satisfy Nike's sky-high standards before proceeding to the next stage. The third step involves assembling the upper part of the shoe. Now we reach the stage where the shoe starts to take shape, the assembly of the upper. As y'all know, attention to the detail takes center stage in the assembly phase of the Nike Air Jordan shoes. Imagine the factory floor bustling with activity, with skilled workers at work and machines humming. Workers use industrial strength stitching to join together the carefully cut pieces of leather and fabric. The iconic swoosh emblem? It's perfectly heat sealed and blends in with the design rather than being slapped on. Every thread and stitch must be perfect. The top is subsequently given its final shape by the addition of the tongue, laces, and padding. Every element has been thoughtfully positioned to guarantee that comfort and style complement one another. When you spend a lot of money on a pair of Air Jordans, you're buying a masterpiece, crafted stitch by stitch into a legend. Step 4 is all about building the foundation, midsole and outsole construction. Comfort and science come together in the midsole, which houses Nike's trademarked Air technology. The tiny air-filled units inside the sole give every step that distinctive bounce by absorbing impact like a pro. The midsole's lightweight foam construction provides the ideal amount of support and flexibility. The story doesn't end there though. The outsole, which is composed of extremely tough rubber, comes next. Its patterns and grooves have been thoughtfully designed to provide superior traction. Now, it's not as easy as gluing the midsole to the outsole. These components are seamlessly fused by heat and pressure, guaranteeing their stability through thick and thin. What about those air units? Well, they're made in secure facilities and tested by machines that mimic millions of steps. Imagine a robot fake walking non-stop throughout the day. Every line and texture contributes to stability, flexibility, and grip. If you're enjoying this behind-the-scenes look so far, be sure to subscribe for more exclusive content and hit the notification bell. The fifth step is signature details and branding. The Jumpman logo, the pinnacle of basketball royalty, let's be honest, is expertly applied using methods like heat transfer or embroidery. Colorways that are meticulously painted or printed give each pair its unique flair. Nike adds unique details like numbered tags or unique fabrics to limited edition releases that makes collectors go crazy. Before you can say sold out, resale values are skyrocketing due to these small features. Every pair must pass the ultimate sneaker bootcamp before it can be placed on store shelves. The shoes are stretched, bent, and flexed by machines to evaluate their performance and longevity. Human inspectors, on the other hand, scrutinize each stitch, seam, and detail for flawlessness. The pair is rejected even if one defect is found. What then happens to the footwear that aren't selected? Well, Nike doesn't tolerate mediocrity. Therefore, rejected pairs are either recycled or destroyed. The factories create extra pairs to make up for flaws, and these leftovers don't simply disappear. Unused, flawless Jordans can be kept for years in Nike's secret temperature-controlled warehouses. Packaging is the sixth step, adding the finishing touches. After the shoes pass the rigorous inspection process, it's time for packing. Once all the quality standards are met, each pair of Air Max shoes is carefully packed within Nike's iconic box. The box reflects the brand's elegant simplicity with its sleek gray or black surface and recognizable Nike logo. The shoes are carefully wrapped in tissue paper before being shipped to their new owner to preserve the leather's shine. The final phase is shipping and distribution. The logistics team take over when the Air Jordans are packed and prepared for shipping, making sure that every box arrives on time and, of course, in perfect condition. If you think the creation of Air Jordans is amazing, wait until you hear how vapes are made. It's a process that blends technology with precision in ways you wouldn't expect. These stylish portable gadgets are more than just cool tech. Making a vaporizer requires a combination of engineering creativity and precision from design to finished product. Let's take a look inside a vape factory and uncover secrets behind these popular gadgets. Trust me, you'll be amazed at how smooth and efficient the process really is. Design is the first step. To achieve the ideal shape, weight, and functionality, engineers and designers collaborate. From how it feels in your hand to how easily it releases vapor, every little aspect matters. They create 3D models using advanced technologies, ensuring that the gadget is both practical and visually appealing. These prototypes are put through rigorous testing to ensure performance, safety, and durability. To fulfill exacting criteria, engineers examine the heating mechanism, battery life, and casing strength. The product advances to the final stage only after passing these checks. Even yet, testing input frequently prompts adjustments and improvements to make the finished product as dependable and effective as feasible. The next step is to manufacture the components. The battery, heating element, and casing are the 3 primary components of the majority of vapes. To ensure smooth operation, each one is meticulously made. Stainless steel or Kanthal wire are common materials used to make the heating element, also known as the coil. These materials were selected because of their reliable performance and resistance to heat. The wires are precisely cut, wound, and shaped by robotic devices to produce a dependable, smooth vapor. At the same time, rechargeable lithium-ion batteries are made under specific conditions. These batteries are durable, lightweight, and go through a number of stringent tests before they're ever assembled, including stress simulations and capacity checks to ensure they fulfill the highest safety and performance requirements. Lastly, precision injection molding is used to create the casings. The casings provide the device's fashionable appearance and safeguard its components, whether they're made of premium plastics or refined metals. In order to accommodate customer preferences, customization options such as engravings and distinctive colors have been offered. This process also includes quality testing for durability and appearance to ensure that every component feels and looks flawless. Assembly must take place after everything is ready. Modern vape factories use both automation and human expertise to make these devices a reality. Robotic arms perform intricate activities such as fastening the casing and connecting the coil to the battery with accuracy, consistency, and efficiency, reducing the possibility of mistakes. Quality control is another crucial step in the procedure. Every vape is put through a rigorous testing process to ensure flawless operation, including leak inspection, heating element testing, and charging system checks. Only the vaporizers that pass these tough tests move on to the next stage. Before they're shipped out, each one is cleaned, polished, and given one last check. Then, labels are added with product details, usage instructions, and safety precautions. Once the vapes are assembled, they're carefully wrapped up. Factories use efficient methods to label, package, and get them ready for distribution. Inside each package, you'll find the vape, a user manual, and certifications to meet all the necessary regulations. Then they're shipped out to distributors worldwide. The journey of a vape is truly global, from high-tech factories to retail stores. And behind the scenes, warehouses and logistics teams are working non-stop to make sure everything arrives on time and in perfect condition. The procedure guarantees that clients receive their vapes in ideal condition, whether they're ordering online or from a small shop. And that's how the entire vape journey from idea to pocket comes together. Make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the most recent sneaker-related news. We have some incredible surprises in store for you. And if you're curious about how low-price running shoes are made, don't miss our previous video. Ever wondered how low-price running shoes are manufactured? Trust me, it's worth a watch.